just going to hit record, capture the essence of today's call, and load it up to my podcast. So thank you so much for joining me. If you're joining me live or in person, I welcome you. I am live right now on TikTok as well as doing this Zoom recording, which will be uploaded to my podcast. And it's exciting to be able to upload new information at this time. And, I haven't completed the series that I wanted to complete with you all, the quick clips. This is a interruption too. This is a pause of, and this is a way of taking an assessment from your life and asking yourself some questions. So it's a Q&A minus the A. And what I mean by that is I am not going to be the one answering these questions. So a little prefix, this is going to be episode 178. You'll be able to capture this on all of your favorite listening channels. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button. That way there you'll be notified when any new episodes go live, anytime we have special guests. So I wanted to do a little prelude to that. I am available on Spotify and iTunes if you haven't followed along. Anybody asking questions on TikTok, since we're live, will be uploaded and answered if we answer the questions. If they're relevant, that information will be included in the show notes today. So if you're ready, we're taking a completely different approach to today's podcast episode. And again, I want you to walk into today with open eyes. I want you to just see what answers come to you and answer from your heart, not your head. Thanks for joining us, guys. I love the fact that you can catch me live today. So this topic is know yourself. I'm going to be reviewing some of my show notes that I've put together for today's episode. And I'm looking forward to diving into these questions. For those that are joining us, oh, I love the name. I Am Happy. What a great name. She's live on TikTok with me right now. I imagine that's a she. Okay. And remember, guys, if you're live, you can answer these questions. If not, go ahead and sit with them. So when I say know yourself, what comes to mind? Your favorite clothes, your favorite music, your favorite food, your favorite Starbucks. What comes to mind when I say know yourself? And maybe nothing comes to mind. Was my alarm. Maybe nothing comes to live or to mind at all. And you're not sure what to think about that. So when it comes to knowing yourself, that is the beginning of all wisdom. Aristotle said that, and that is where things start. The more self-awareness you have, the more you can wrap your head around how decisions are made and why you make decisions and how this is a part of your makeup. And the whole fact of you existing right here, right now on this planet, in this time and space is so incredible. And it's so beautiful. And in that fact alone, it is so important to know yourself. So the first step before changing anything in your life is becoming aware of where you are and what's missing. Now, so I want you to think about the woman or the man on your vision board. What do they look like? How do they act? What images are surrounding them? And this has been on my mind a lot lately. For anybody that caught my live yesterday or earlier this week, and if you're listening to this live, the context is August 29th, 2024. You never know when you catch these podcasts or these recordings. And I made a comment there as well about wanting to be that version of me who is on my vision board. So what does she look like? Where's she spending her time? How is she moving her body? How is she living her life? And that's the life I'm ready to step into right here, right now. And if you're ready to join me in any context, let's get started. So the first question is, what are your dreams in life? Oh, by the way, you're going to want to save this or make sure that you screenshot, capture my name, go back, follow me, subscribe, comment, like, because I will be posting this, and that will be the only way you'll be able to get these questions is by following along. First question, what are your dreams in life? Second question, but the most empowering question. So they're not in any particular order. At the end of your life, what do you think you will most regret not having done for yourself? If time and money were not factors, what would you like to do, be, or have? So much power in these questions. And as you're writing these answers down, as you're thinking about what comes to you, I want to inspire you to take a bird's eye view. Take a bird's eye view and think about these questions. And I'm going to repeat that one again. If time and money were not factors, what would you like to do, be, or have? And I repeat this one. I normally repeat things that I find to be significant for those that are new following along. But when I particularly repeat this, I want you to separate yourself from where you're at now. We take that bird's eye view, we become smaller and smaller the further and further we get. So little things become more and more insignificant, which is fine, which is great, right? That's not a problem. When we apply that to our life, we can possibly see what it is that we already have that we are not noticing because of the cloudiness in front of us. Okay. What motivates you in life? That's the next question. What gets you out of bed in the morning? What gets you to show up for your day? Do you show up for your day? Are you not showing up for your day? If any of these things make you think differently, I really hope you've grabbed your journal and your piece or your piece of paper and your pen, and you are starting to jot these questions down. And let the answers marinate with you throughout the day. Answer with your heart. That's where the answers are. They're within you. So the people, the suggestions, the courses, the workshops, all of these things that show up in your life are because you've asked for the help in that area, or there is something there to help you pull you out of where you're at and bring you to that next stage in life that you are craving so much, that your mind, body, and soul so wants. So that leads me to the next question. What limits you in life? What have you been your biggest wins in the last 12 months? This one you might be a work in progress as you're writing things down. I had a win earlier this week and it didn't even cross my mind that it was a win until a couple of days later. And it's like, holy smokes, how did that happen? So you never know, right? What have been your biggest frustrations over the last 12 months? What is it that has really infuriated you, that has really got you going to the very core? For me, I notice that I F bomb when I get very frustrated or very passionate, good or bad. It's like the only time I swear. And so that's my passion coming out of me. So that's where I would go back and circle back and think, what type of passion brought that out? Was that a negative or a positive? And it very well could have been one of my big 12 or one of my frustrations over the last year. What do you do to please others? That's another question. What do you pretend not to know? I'm asking you to be honest with yourself here. Nobody else is going to see these answers but you. What do you pretend not to know? Your budget, your finances, the number on the scale, the size on your clothes, how it hurts when you do simple tasks like vacuuming or taking the dog for a walk, how you're on X amount of pills a day, how there is less money and more months versus the other way around. What do you pretend not to know? Mm. And the last question I'm going to leave you with today, I'm going to leave you marinating in this one. What has been your best work that you have done in your life up until today? For some of you, that might be graduating from university. From others, it simply may be being at the same job for 20 plus years and never have to worry about their security or their safety. For other people, it's being grandparents, and for other people, it's writing books. What is the best work you have done in your life up until today? Were you a star in high school, but not since? You know what your best work is. You know what your best life looks like. You know what's working. You know what's not working. You know that you have landed across this information somehow. And you were meant to hear these questions. You were meant to go over this information. You were meant for so much more than the world that you're living in right now. I challenge you to start by answering the questions that we went over today. The next step would be to go over to the link in my bio and choose your own adventures. Start where you feel aligned. Answer one of those assessments or download the information for the 22 I forget. There's a freebie there that you can download. The thing is, oh, lifestyle habits, I believe is what it is. I just drew a blank there. The point is, I'm available if you're looking for a coach. I'm available if you're looking for guidance. I'm available, and there is space in my group and coaching program. If this is the right time for you, if I am the right fit for you, if you feel aligned, these are other questions you need to ask yourself when working with any health coach, any wellness coach, any life coach. All right, my friends, don't forget to pop over to the link in my bio, go over the information. That'll give you a free call with me, and we'll go from there. Have yourself an amazing day, and thank you, thank you, thank you.